Hi, how's it going? Good. What's your name? Connor, nice to meet you. Hugo. Hi, what's your name?
Gabe.
Gabe, nice to meet you. Hugo. Hi, what's your name? Mike, nice to meet you. Mac, nice to meet you.
Shreyas.
Treyas, nice to meet you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, yes, hi Kane, I know you, I know you. Yes, I don't think I have tech judges, right? Cool, I'm Hugo, by the way.
Mozzie.
Mozzie, nice to meet you.
Jacob.
Jacob, nice to meet you. I'm gonna be awesome. All right, well, I'm ready for my music, please. I'm just gonna breathe a little bit as well. Time. Welcome to our table. It is such a pleasure to have you here today. One of the many things that I love about coffee is that coffee is an expression of many different tastes and flavors. These last few years, I've had the great opportunity of trying many different coffees from many different farms and roasters from all over the world. I am so amazed at the increasingly unique flavors that we get to taste in coffee year after year. I believe these flavors are the result of heightened control and advancements in coffee processing, leading producers to develop many new drying and fermentation techniques that are giving way to these unique flavor profiles. As we continue to explore and expand these paradigms of coffee flavor, our role as baristas is to serve coffee that displays the uniqueness of the bean and that also delivers a balanced coffee experience. That way, we can continue to push coffee forward, grow our industry, and welcome everyone to our table. I hope you enjoy today's service. These last few years of trying all these different coffees has led me to focus on balance and how important that is to our coffee tasting experience. This past decade has ushered in so many innovative processing techniques that are challenging our expectations of what a coffee should taste like. And while that is exciting for those of us who work in the industry, it often pushes the regular consumer away. Through balance, we are able to best display this innovation brought forth by producers, and it is how we invite the consumer to be part of our tables and our conversations, and how we deliver experiences that everyone can enjoy. And I believe there's at least one essential element to a balanced coffee experience, and that is flavor. Balance of flavor is the harmony between the acidity, sweetness, bitterness, and body of a coffee. I'm so excited because 10 months ago, I tried one of the most unique coffees that I experienced in these last few years, and it makes me very excited to be able to share that with you today. This coffee is a Gesha varietal, grown at 2,000 meters above sea level in Volcan, Panama, and a great example of innovation in coffee processing. This coffee was fermented for more than 100 hours in hermetically sealed pH and temperature control tanks, where the CO2 that's produced by the bean during fermentation is going to break down all of the proteins and sugars found in the coffee's mucilage, then reabsorbed by the bean through that same pressure, giving way to very vibrant and fruity flavors. Now, after roasting, we baristas bring all of these flavor elements into balance through the correct manipulation of dose, time, and yield. So I found this coffee to be at its most balanced at a 21-gram dose, 34-gram yield in 28 seconds. Now, as I serve you your espressos, I'll kindly ask you to go ahead and evaluate the crema, but don't try just yet. I'm also going to be stirring for you today. And if you'd like to write this down, today you'll experience these espressos as a medium body with a juicy but coating texture. The acidity is going to be medium, like strawberry, blood orange, and a hint of yellow peach. The sweetness is medium, like strawberry jam, dark brown sugar, and semi-sweet chocolate. The finish is lingering, like grapefruit, and that grapefruit stays with you all the way in a prolonged aftertaste, along with a very pleasant cacao note. I'll ask you to please enjoy in at least 3 sips while I go ahead and work on your next round of drinks. And again, welcome to our table. Enjoy. So we've seen how the flavor elements of acidity, sweetness, bitterness, and body build our overall perception of flavor, and how we baristas elevate the coffee tasting experience when we present these flavor elements in balance with one another. So, for your signature drink, I'd like us to further explore how it is that we bring these flavor elements into balance by understanding how they enhance or counter each other in our coffee making. We're going to be starting with 2 new espressos of the same coffee that you were served in the last course. And I'm going to be going over each of the flavor elements in the coffee and adding an ingredient that best represents them, but adding them in a way that creates balance between them to further elevate the tasting experience for you today. In a few moments, I'm going to be adding your espressos and the rest of our ingredients to that hot plate stir that you see to your right. And that is to mix and keep the base of our drink warm, because this is where I found where it's at its most flavorful. I'll just finish pulling your espressos and we'll continue. All right, so we'll start with acidity, which is one of the most desirable flavor elements in high quality coffee. Our perception of acidity in coffee comes through the combination of the different acid compounds that are present in the cup. One of these relevant ones is phosphoric acid, that even though it's flavorless, it's known to enhance how we perceive acidity in coffee. So I'm going to be adding 1 gram of a phosphoric acid solution at a 10% strength. This is going to ramp up the acidity in our drink and create a new flavor of lemon. Our next flavor element is sweetness, which rounds out acidity and adds a new layer of flavor. Now, ripe coffee cherries have a high concentration of sugars, but 99% of these are lost during roasting. Instead, our perception of sweetness comes through the volatile compounds present in the coffee's aroma. Based on that, I'm adding sweetness in 2 ways today. First, I'm adding 40 grams of a macerated cherry juice. Inspired by the coffee's processing and the flavor that I found the most complementary to that peach note in the coffee, I macerated 100 grams of cherries for 100 hours in a sealed glass jar at 30 degrees Fahrenheit, along with 200 grams of water and 20 grams of sugar. This is going to transform that lemon flavor in our drink into a mango. Next, I'm creating an aromatic smoke to infuse your cups with. In this smoke infuser, I have half a gram of dried orange peel and half a gram of dried orange blossom. I found that this specific combination of ingredients is really going to magnify the sweetness in your drinks of a very rich milk chocolate. All right, our next flavor element is bitterness, which counters that rich sweetness and adds even more depth of flavor. Bitterness in coffee is created by the chemical reactions that happen during roasting, much like it does to cacao beans in the production of chocolate. Inspired by that, I'm adding 8 grams of a roasted cacao bean extract. I made that with 50 grams of ground roasted cacao beans, simmered for 30 minutes at 200 degrees Fahrenheit with 100 grams of water and then filtered. This is going to add a new flavor of white wine to your drink and tone down the sweetness of the milk chocolate. Our final flavor element is body, that tactile sensation that heightens our experience of the other flavor elements and brings them together. We experience body in coffee through the emulsified oils that are present in the cup. So we're going to be making our own coffee emulsion today. I'm starting with 30 grams of a cold brew made with spent pucks of this same coffee and water at a 1-to-1 ratio brewed for 72 hours. I'm adding this to 8 grams of heavy cream and 2 drops of grapeseed oil. These are all ingredients that we need for our emulsion. We're going to be emulsifying it with this frother for about 5 seconds to fully bring it together, and then we'll add it to our drink. This is going to heighten the other flavors in this drink and also give it a very rich creaminess. All right, drinking instructions for you today. When I call time, I'm going to kindly ask you to stir your drinks 5 times to finish incorporating them. I'll then ask you to enjoy it in at least 3 sips. You'll experience a silky but creamy body. Mango, nectarine, chocolate candy like a Hershey's Kiss, and a white wine finish, and a very amazing vanilla aftertaste, along with that sweet milk chocolate. Balance is a key to extraordinary coffee experiences that everyone can enjoy. I hope that you've been able to enjoy being part of our table today, and you've been able to enjoy one of my favorite coffees with me the last few years. It's been such a pleasure serving you. Time.